Hello sunshine and welcome to my channel. I am Angie. For those of you who are now just in this video, welcome. Thank you for being here. It is now October 15th. It's hard to believe it's not 2 weeks in October, going on to the 3rd week. And I've been working on some things, so I had a couple of requests to get done before I leave next week for Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I thought I had like maybe 2.5 weeks left, and I'm looking at the calendar and I'm like, it's next week. Yeah, I'm leaving on my birthday, which is October 23rd, next Thursday. By the time you see this, I will already be in Pittsburgh. And I've been working on making some requests for my mom to make for her great-granddaughter. She turns 3 next Saturday. So she was born 2 days after my birthday, so it's like a tradition for me that I just started 3 years ago, where I finally got to meet her for the first time on her first birthday, and I've been going ever since. So I'm kind of trying to make that kind of like a tradition to go every year, and my husband has not been able to come with me for the last 3 years. He had some health issues the last 2 years, and this year just kind of put on hold because we have to board the dogs and other things that need done for them, and we really couldn't do that this year. So hopefully this time next year he should come with me and be part of that tradition, and stuff like that. So my birthday is on the 23rd and hers is on the 25th. So I got it. And I mean, our family is from Pittsburgh. That's where we're from. And I know it's a city. And a lot of people ask me, which I'm going to say here, the question they ask me, do you miss Pittsburgh? I do miss Pittsburgh, but I don't miss the city life. Living in it 24/7, constant noise and the horn and traffic and of course the sirens. I mean, you get that here where we are, but nothing like you get in city life. But Pittsburgh is my home, it's my city, it's where I'm from, it's where I was born and raised. And my husband's from there as well. He's born and raised. We lived in Pittsburgh for 34 years for me and 36 for him. And then we moved to Midwest Ohio, West Ohio, I'll call it. So we're only one county away from Indiana border. So yeah. But this is not what this video is about. I promised that I would give a review on the new Premier yarn that I ordered a couple weeks ago as an early birthday gift to my mom. And I want to give it a review for Premier Dash Gold. You get 2 skeins of yarn in a bag. It's called Dash Gold. It's basically, I guess the best way for me, what I think it is it's kind of like a mill end, where it's sort of like the end of the yarn that's been made at the bottom of the totem pole, the bell. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just sometimes the feel of it or the color might be a little bit off than the true color that's made for Chanel basis or whatever the yarn is for. But I got some good reviews about it as well, and it's nothing really bad at all. I mean, it's common in most yarn. So I want to talk a little bit about that and give it a review for all of you that are learning about Premier or had used certain Premier yarn but never tried that one because you're not sure and that. So I want to give it all out. I have made quite a few stuff with it, absolutely adorable things with it and stuff like that. So I want to give it a review and show you what I made with that, so that way you can get the whole entire overall. So let's go ahead and work on that now. Okay. It's called Shackle, and it comes in a bag, like that. Okay, you get 2 skins. I think it comes to like, I'm trying to remember off of my head. I know that you get 3 skins of the Premier Velvet. It comes to like 900 something yards total, and you get 3 of those. So 2 of these come to like, I think it's like 600 yards maybe. I might be wrong. It's sort of like 300 something each, around that ballpark. So it's basically 1.1 pounds. I've never weighed yarn to learn all that, but I know that when it goes by pound, it's usually close to the yardage as well. So I'm assuming this whole thing is I don't know, like they basically like 300 yards each or something like that. It is 500 grams. And so I have lots of ideas coming up, but that's brand new. So I wanted to show you what it looks like in the bag. It's only $8 for the whole bag. And they're running a special where you buy 2 bags and you get 1 free. I couldn't pass it up, and my mom had texted me to give her the picture of the yarn that you would find at Aldi, which is usually Bernat yarn. And I'm picky with some Bernat, but I'm learning that they're improving as the colors come out. They revamped the whole entire yarn game, which I'm really excited about. So Aldi, they buy a lot of the yarn that the stores are not selling. Just if they couldn't clearance them out, so Aldi will buy them and resell them. And most of the yarn come from Joanne. Now that Joanne is out, you're not going to see too many of that. So I asked my mom if she had all these. She said, yeah, she had one. She's not a fan of the store because, man, usually in the city, sometimes she feels like it's dirty, it's crowded, it's thrown around, and she's right. I mean, it's because they take so much stuff and they put them in there. But there's stuff that they sell there's nothing wrong with. So I had told her about the premiere sale. So she would ask me for the yarn that the Ollie. And she was like, would you rather have the yarn from the Ollie and hold it until you come to Pittsburgh or from Premiere? And I said, I'll be honest with you, I would want the one from Premiere because they get all variety colors and it's buy 2 get 1 free. I couldn't pass that up. For $16 you get 3 bags. So she said, okay, go ahead and get what you want and I'll order it for you. So with my early birthday present. So I was able to get 15 bags. So 2 of them was white because I've been going through a lot of white and we're now getting into the Christmas and the winter holidays. So the white is probably as well as Halloween and stuff. So now that you see what it looks like in the bag, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I made with it and give you the review on it. So my very first item I made was I got to test the pattern, which I did do in the video last week. Oh, that's coming out. Yeah, it'll be last week. And she picked me to test the pattern. I was so excited. So I picked the snowman. Because I love the snowman. And the reason I love the snowman is because of my mom. It kind of embedded into me. So my mom is a huge snowman lover. And she's always loved snowman. And it transferred over to me. And I love snowman. So I picked the snowman. So I got to test her out. She's absolutely adorable. Look at her. She's not crooked. It's her mouth. Her mouth is on her side. And I love that. And I used beautiful gold eyes from Haley Design. She painted that herself. And she did a phenomenal job. I actually won this one. And I also bought a blue one from her. And I thought this color is fitting for her. It's really beautiful. So, this is that yarn that I bought. That order that my mom got for me for my birthday. And let me tell you, I really do like this yarn a lot. It is really soft. It does have a little bit of like a, I can't explain it, like a sheen to it where it could tweak in the yarn a little bit, but if you're careful now, I love the way it turned out. It turned out beautiful. You know, and you would see the difference with the retro velvet. Their velvet is similar to these kind of yarn. It's just the way it looks. So that it's not shiny like the Bernat one or the Juicy Couture, which I would love to see come back. And so, as you see, this is the 5 weight. And then this is actually a 6 weight. It's a little bit thicker, as you can see, this thing will fit like that. And I absolutely love the yarn. They got beautiful colors to choose from. It might not be a whole lot of variety like the Chanel basics or just Chanel or whatever, but they do have beautiful colors. And this blue is absolutely beautiful. I love this bright blue. And then there's that white that I bought 2 bags from. And it turned out beautiful. I love the way it looked. And the shaping, everything. The nose is not that yarn. It is actually from the Bernat ombre that I found from Aldi. it was the orange color changed over. It had the perfect color to make the carrot. So it was out perfect. And this pattern is out on Etsy. I'll go ahead and link it in. It's in my other video, you see. And she had apple and pumpkin for a little. Paul the apple, Paul the pumpkin, and Adam the apple, and it's a salad snowman. And you get two options. Like you could do pants, dress, or just all white. And you do a top hat, bow tie, whatever, scarf. I did it just like that, and it was so perfect. This is special, very, very special for me. Now that my mom's not going to see this video because I'm going to be in Pittsburgh, it's going to her. And she's probably going to say why and probably try to give it back, but I want her to decorate the house with it. Her great-granddaughter is probably going to steal it when she comes to visit. Yeah. So that was the first thing I made with that. And then I gotta fix that button here and cut that off. I forgot to do it the last time. Let me cut that off. There we go. I've been working on snugglers, and I started the same yarn, and it's really thick, like it's so soft, but you don't even need stuffing at all. And I just used the plain black light, of course, the same orange that I used on the other snowman carrot. And they had word of recommendation: use acrylic yarn or cotton yarn for the cotton ball. I went to cut that, and oh my god, it's frayed all over the place. It's still coming apart on me, so I'm gonna have to maybe take that off and just leave it as a plain hat. My mom ordered a snowman snuggler, so that's going to her. So I used that yarn, and I had no problem whatsoever. I used an 8mm and a 7mm, and it turned out really nice. I love the way she looked. And of course, I used that bright blue. That's one of the pretty blues that I picked. There were so many colors, I didn't know what to pick. I thought I got that rough color. I ended up with pale pink instead. I don't really use pale pink too often. That's like a real color to use. I'm not a pink person, but I do get pink because little girls like pink, babies like pink. Me, no, I don't like pink. You can laugh at me for it. And then the third pattern I also made in that yarn is this beautiful Delilah dough. It's so cute. It's also a snuggler, but I did it without the eye. It's like I had mentioned in a couple of videos that I was going to do some without the eye. So that way it's safe for children under the age of 3. Yeah, I know my great niece is going to be 3. So I'm going to make a second elephant for her. I do request my mom. I did make one for her, and she said, yeah, put the eyes on. And she did. My niece asked, she's like, did you get the eyes put on? And she said, yeah, why? She's like, she tends to like bite things when she's sleeping. And she's like, oh no, she feels so bad. I said, it's okay, Mom, I can make another one. That way you can use that later when she gets older. But that's okay anyway. But this is a beautiful dough. She is absolutely adorable. The only issue I had with this pattern was trying to attach the head up. You do the body, you do the head first, and then you make the body. And I went to shift it, and when I went to pull through carefully with the hook that I had, and it kind of snapped the yarn. But thankfully it was just the long length that I used for sewing, so I was able to fix it without a problem and just use the needle and just sewed it on. But that's how it's supposed to look. It's a snuggler. And this yarn is like the perfect thickness for it. It's so soft, and it's great for little babies. So, I had mentioned earlier in the video, and I have mentioned in Palm Street Live that I had over the weekend, Sunday, that I am going to create these things on my website to where it could be pre-ordered. So, say you want the dough to deal, but you want a different color than brown, you want purple. You can choose, that you want a purple or something like that, or like the snowman, you want a red hat or a scarf or stuff like that. So that way, you already paid for it, and I make it for you. So I would put in how many will be available that you can people could order, so that way I don't get overwhelmed with all these orders. So, but yeah, I use that as well for this one. And then I'm gonna do another snuggler. I don't have gray. I was gonna do that to make an elephant, and I don't have gray, so I had to use a different gray, which is fine. Um, so I'm gonna make another snuggler in the same yarn I used for the elephant to do another elephant, but without the eye. But I have several other snugglers that I'm gonna work on. I have the Rudolph, Rudy, the reindeer. Um, I think I have a moose. I think I have a cow. Yeah, I have a cow as well. So I want to find a horse. I know they're out there, and I have a couple of makers that I have in my wish list. So I'm gonna work on making those. And if you see that you really like the snuggler but don't have the specific animal or something, shoot me an email and say, hey, you got this, so I can look it up and get that pattern and make it and get it pre-ordered, and you can, that way it's made for you. I want to get a fox. I know they got raccoon, I think, and quite a few others, and it's so easy to work up. And look at the size. This size really cheap too. And it also depends on the hook size too. So like this one was a 7 and 8 millimeters. Both ways. I think the head was the 7 and then the body was the 8. So and then it's got the little tail and the ear. I love how she turned out. She is so cute. And that's going to my little great niece from me. I normally buy her like an outfit and stuff like that, but this year she's getting this and a little pumpkin thing, and I'm gonna crochet a hat. It's gonna be double stranded, and when you fold it down, and then you stitch the sides, and then you sew the corner, and then you got your little cat here. So it's gonna be a little bit thick, but it'll keep her warm for the winter. It's very cold in Pittsburgh, and where they live is up north, not far from Mercer County and Erie. She's like right smack between Pittsburgh and Erie. So it gets pretty cold up there. So, but yeah, these are the 3 things that I have made with the dash gold. I'm giving it a 5 for the colors. Choices. 5, it's easy to order. The price, I think it's worth it. I mean, even if they did raise it a little bit more, I think it's worth it for the price. I would give it maybe a 4.5 on some of them. Like I said, it has like a weird feel like this. It could be the dye, or because it was on the bottom of the barrel and from sitting, and it could collect like. But once you get them on, you have no issue. You are careful, you're not too tight. I would give it about a 4.5. You know, but other than that, I highly recommend their yarn. So this is my second review for Premiere, and this one is the newest one that I just did. I highly recommend. My first set of yarn I used was this retro velvet, and it's just Chanel, which is much thinner. It's a 5 weight, but it's more thinner, and I love them both. I like getting the bulk because it's worth the money and the time that you need for everything, but I have not tried the Chanel, Chanel basis, like the Premiere basis, or the tie-dye ones or anything yet, so I'm hoping that would be my next set of order. As far as the retro velvet, they're discontinuing it. They're selling out whatever is left, and then they're not going to bring it back. And I'm like really sad because I love this color right here. It's called Mint. This is one of the prettiest colors. It's got like a grayish brown mix to it. And I don't know why they're not going to bring back the retro velvet. I'm really sad. So I don't know how much more they got left, but they were selling out pretty quick. I love the way they work that. But there might be a reason behind it. It could be because it's different than the rest, and everybody's doing the 6 weight now. I like the 5 over the 6, but I like the 6. It depends on the yarn. And I like this one so far. I'm looking forward to try the other one too. So, overall for the whole thing for Premiere is a 5. Everything. It's easy to work with, it's easy to order. The deals are really good. They always have sales and prices and everything, and it's well worth, you know, um, getting. So, since I'm reviewing this Premiere yarn, I did buy velvet yarn from Walmart. I don't remember if I reviewed that or not, but I made a few things with it. And it actually mainstay velvet, which I didn't know they had until I seen it online. And then my store happened to have 4 of these. I was able to get 2 out of the 4. My store don't sell velvet yarn. I have to go to Super Walmart for that. So it looks like it might have been returned or something. I have made quite a few things with it. I absolutely love the yarn. It is one of the nicest retro velvet. Oh my goodness. It is one of the nicest velvet yarn compared to the Bernat velvet, which is right here. And I like Bernat velvet too, but for some reason, when you open it, you can feel the string that's holding the yarn. Where this one, you don't. It's just like the retro velvet, but they only have like 4 colors, maybe 5 in this size here. White and black, which is typical. I think they have a purple and a pink. And maybe a blue, but I'm not sure. But then they do have the thicker one, which is like a 6 weight, I think. This is the 5 weight. And I think they have a 6 weight, and they got some darker colors in there. So I'm hoping that they'll come out with some more colors too, because I do like their brand as well. I'm very impressed with it. The price is really good. So I give it a 5 for the whole thing. I don't have it on me that I made out of this one, but it's out there. So, my opinion, Premiere all the way. I know that we're having prices going up because of the shipping costs and the tariffs and stuff like that going on. I don't talk about, that kind of stuff, but for those of you that are in the United States, there's Premiere that you could order. It's shipped right out of North Carolina. I believe there's a line brand that's out east. I want to say Connecticut maybe. And you could order through them. And then of course you have your small mom and pop local yarn where they don't always have plush like these, but they're usually like the luxury for like sweaters and hats and very good for knitting and stuff like that. Which I love to get some custom hand-dyed yarn that's strictly from that person. I've not tried any of them, so that's on my bucket list to make a hat out of it. But there's Premiere that you can order and it'll be shipped right to you. If you want to pay a little extra for shipping to have it shipped faster, you should do that. Or you can spend $75 or more and get free shipping. It takes anywhere from 5 to 11 days. When I ordered the Bascles, I got it within 3 days. They were able to ship it right away. When I ordered the retro velvet, I think it took them about 5 days and then they shipped it. I mean, they're busy. There's a lot of crafters out there that crochet and knit and stuff like that. So yeah, and then you got holidays coming. And that's where the yarn starts selling. It will change. I know it will change. I mean, we got Yarnspiration that's in Canada. We got Hobie that's in the Denmark. And they have great yarn collection, something like that, where the Bernat farm is in Canada and stuff. I know that it may cost a little more to get them. If you can do it, go for it. You're still helping these businesses for yarn to get shipped to you and stuff like that. So that's for this. So yeah, I definitely would say go for them. And I hope they never discontinue those ones because that's a great bundle price. $8 for 2 games of that. I think it's worth it. I would pay $10 for it if it came to it. For this, at the time, it's normally 3 for 26, and then they dropped the price down to $12 for 3 instead of bag. And I was going to get more of the velvet because you get more loyalty but there was not a lot of color, and I needed more color, which is why I went with the saffron. You know, I got blue, red, purple, like yellow, pink, and of course white and black. And this color right here, that's called grease. It's like a gray green, and then the base. Um, so I mean, I got some pretty good selection there, and I think it's worth it. So I did make three new things. So I'm going to show you this snuggler that I just finished. She's so cute. Oh my god. I used the retro velvet, which is like this one, but it's in gray. And it's actually double stranded to make it look like different. So it does use a lot of yarn, but that's okay because I want to use the hook side to use, but I might make a second one, single strand, but with maybe 6.5 millimeters, and see the size of it. It'll probably be a little bit smaller. I really enjoyed making her. She is absolutely adorable. And then I put the eyes on it. It's purple. It's kind of hard to see. And that's the one that my husband Jason and I did. Put the glitter on with resin. And then I used the Juicy Couture velvet right here for the bow, the ears, and the little tail. So she's absolutely adorable. So the snout is stuffed a little bit, and the head is stuffed. And then of course the bottom of the feet and arms is stuffed. But everything else is unstuffed. And I really like her. She is absolutely adorable. I know that Paisley will love her. So I told my mom I would make a second one. She said, no, don't worry about it, it's okay. We just won't let her sleep in it. She feels bad, but that's okay. I don't mind making another one. It gives me something to do. It doesn't take long. I can always do it while I'm in Pittsburgh, and my mom can give it to her when she comes to visit. So, like I said, I will work on getting these up. So I know that I use this Juicy Couture velvet. I'm not going to have that as an option for anyone to pick because I'm only limited to what I have. And right here at the bottom, there's only a couple left there. Some of them are wound up back in there. And some are down there. I don't have too many of those. Michael obtained them as well. And they're testing it out in Canada right now. So let's see if they will bring it in the US and say that we'll continue with it. Because Michael bought out Big Twist from Joanne. And it's got so many people excited. I'm excited. I like Big Twist because they are great for hats and the linen machine that I made. And of course, you want to crochet with them. They are soft, just like Hobby Lobby. And they have wonderful colors too. But yeah, I will work on getting these up onto the website with color choices. If you want a bow, no bow, or a little headband, maybe put a bow right here as a boy. So, and then the other two I did, this beautiful dog. And he's cute. That's that mint color. He's soft all the way through, little bit soft in the arms and legs. So easy to work with. It looks like a pound puppy. And then there's the tail. He's no stuff there. And then I made this beautiful cat. It's the same person pattern. I used the bigger hook for the dog just to see the difference. And I really like it in both sides hook. That's that Premier Retro Velvet that I use for the elephant single strand. And I also use the customized. And I love the way their cat turned out. He's absolutely adorable. He's so nice, so pretty. And I think I used purple. Yeah, I used purple eyes as well. And then I used like a bluish green color eye on the dog. So these are all gifts that my mom requested. So I will be getting pictures of these so I can work on getting them up on the website. Just bear with me as I work on doing that since I'm getting close to leaving for Friday next week. But those of you that have seen these videos that are my subscribers, those that are just a guest, subscribe, continue so you can see how much more stuff I'm going to make for everybody, for all of you. And if you've seen these and it's not up on the website, send me a comment or send me an email that's on my website, and I can work on that for you. You know, and I have no problem accepting pre-orders on things that I have pattern-wise and stuff. So I don't mind. I would love to have pre-orders and stuff like that if it's busy and things like that. So, but there is that. I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Wonderful week and safe Halloween. Those of you that are going to be trick-or-treating and have fun. Decorate, enjoy the cool weather. Hope it's all coming off for you. Click on the subscribe button, give me the thumbs up, and click on the bell to get the notification for new uploads and stuff like that. It's rather short. So thank you guys.